Okay, we arrived on the job about 8:30 Saturday morning. We had a crew of 2 men on the roof and myself doing the video documentation. We began, of course, with removing the tarp to expose the decking. Um, as we got the tarp off, and we, of course, put our tarps on the ground to capture the debris. The decking up under the tarps was not that bad. We do think we can salvage some of it. The process was a little slow going at first because we were hesitant of not knowing how safe the roof or the decking under the shingles were at that time, but we began to move along pretty good as the project went on. We found 1 and 2 layers of shingles in certain areas of the home. Shingles came off okay, not too bad. Found out that the decking was, for most purposes, at least safe to walk on. Lots of bad spots around the chimney area. Found some holes through there, of course, where the tarp was at. Not a major discovery. We expected to find that. Our third man arrived around 9:45, and this sped up our process considerably. By around 10:30, we had most of the roof removed. It was coming off pretty good. More tarps set around, and began picking up and loading up the trailer that we had. There was a lot of plywood decking on the porch area of the home. This had been repaired before, um, so it was at different heights, different thickness of the slat roofing and the plywood decking, so a lot of water had been gathering up there, and this caused for most of the deterioration of the roof in that area. The overhang where we were going to attach the fascia, those rafter tails were not rafter tails at all. They were just scabbed into the joist. So once we began removing the decking, they came off. At this point, I would recommend not putting in the rafter tails. Actually just doing a smaller extension overhang and then still applying fascia and gutter to the front of the home. But the overhangs on the front eave of the home and the overhangs on the rakes of the home, the sides of the home, they should be removed. The structural integrity of them is very dangerous. They've been added later. So these overhangs should definitely be removed, since we do not have in our budget to replace the structural integrity. It appears that almost the entire front porch is going to use up most of our decking budget, but fortunately enough, we're not able to see a lot more back up on the roof itself. Hopefully we can do some spots in there and still be able to stay within our budget. There's considerable demolition here of the wood, as you can see. A lot more cleanup than we had hoped for, but nothing that's not to be expected with a project like this.